getting ready to tangle in game number 2 of this 3-game set, and the Angels with an opportunity to pick up yet another game on the Texas Rangers. Texas losing to the Oakland Athletics earlier this afternoon by the final of 8-7. We welcome you inside the Big A and back to Angels baseball here on My 13. I'm Victor Rojas along with my partner Mark Gubiza. Last night the Angels saw a terrific win, a 2-1 victory. Terrific pitching matchup too, by the way. Jared Weaver threw the ball well, as did Bartolo Colon, but there were some decisions made from the managerial standpoint and from the defensive standpoint that kind of stood out for the Angels.
Yeah, Victor, to win a ball game like that, you have to have a manager willing to take some chances. And Mike Scioscia has done that through his entire career with the Angels, willing to take some chances. He put a pitch out with Jordan Walden here. He had the favorable count there, 0-2. He had a good pitch out, picked the right time, and Mathis threw a perfect throw there to second base to be able to get that big out there to start there in the ninth. But Walden itself, in a tie ball game tonight, you had Jared Weaver, who was throwing the ball exceptionally well. You had Scott Downs, who generally is going to be the game guy in there in a tie ball game. And then, of course, then you put on a hit and run. Moore's able to get into third base. You put the pressure on a team like the Yankees. That's how you win those close games, and that's how they won that game last night. A fantastic ball game.
Yeah, Jordan Walnut ended up picking up the victory last night. Tonight we got a pretty good pitching matchup as well. Dan Herron is going for the Angels, and he will be opposed by CC Sabathia.
Well, Dan Herron threw a real good game against the Yankees in New York. Did not get the decision in that ball game. 4-1 in his career. ERA just below 4. Sabathia has been throwing the ball much better of late against the Angels, but he does have a 6-7 career mark, an ERA over 4. Look to try to get that fastball up. He's not afraid to pitch inside. Good changeup also. Get a hold of that fastball and do some damage.
Plenty on the line for the Angels with an opportunity to crawl within a game and a half of the American League West. The defense and the offense have to be at the top of its game against CC Sabathia. We're just about ready for baseball, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return.
Time Jack's Really Big Chicken Combo is back. 2 chicken patties, bacon, and melting cheese. Served with a 20-ounce drink and small seasoned curly fries for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. And by Fiat, introducing the 2012 Fiat 500. Visit fiatusa.com to find a studio near you. High above this gorgeous facility known as the Big A, game number 2 of this 3-game set. And the Halos trying to pick up yet another game. We'll take a look at Joe Girardi starting 9. Derek Jeter leads things off at shortstop. Curtis Granderson is in center. Mark Teixeira at first. Robinson Cano, the second baseman. Jesus Montero jumps up in the order. He's the DH. Eric Chavez will get the start at third base. Russell Martin behind the plate. Eduardo Nunez getting the start in right field. And Brett Gardner will bat 9th and play left field, taking on Dan Haren. As we take a look at our Time Warner starting pitcher for tonight.
14-game winner, been very effective against the Yankees in his career. Dan Haren, 4-1 mark with an ERA at 3.97. Very effective with that cut fastball and slider combination, but like we said in the past, when he establishes his fastball, that's when he's much better.
Defensively behind Dan Haren, Vernon Wells is in left, Peter Borges in center, Mike Trout is in right field. In the infield, you've got Meiser Asuris and Eric Ibar guarding the left side. Howie Kendrick and Mark Trumbo on the right, Jeff Mathis doing the catching.
And Eric Ibar at that shortstop position, 12 errors made this season, but when you talk about one of the best fielding shortstops in the American League, you talk Eric Ibar, tremendous range and above average arm, to be able to turn a double play also.
Well, Derek Jeter steps in to lead things off here tonight. The Yankees at 87-56, sitting atop the American League East. Dan Haren's first pitch is a fastball for a strike. Jeter went 1 for 4 last night, extending his hitting streak to 8 games, a .296 average. 5 home runs and 56 runs batted in as he pulls this one to left field. Vernon giving chase, not going to get there. One hops over the fence, and it's a ground rule double to start this one. Jeter picking up his 22nd double of the season. Right from the get-go, the Yankees have a man in scoring position.
Well, this pitch was not located where Dan Haren wanted to. That ball was supposed to be a cut fastball away. Ended up backing up on. The reason why you do that is when you drop your wrist, and Jeter was able to turn on that and get a ground rule double.
So Jeter now with a 9-game hitting streak as Curtis Granderson steps in. Takes the pitch a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Granderson went 0 for 4 last night. A .268 average, 38 home runs, 109 runs batted in. Haren making his second start of the year against the Yankees. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Got the start back on August the 9th at Yankee Stadium. 6 2/3. He gave up 4 runs, 4 earned on 6 hits. Got a no decision. That's the game the Angels won in the 9th inning. Granderson hits one out towards shallow right field. Howie Kendrick going out. Mike Trout calls him off. And there's out number 1. Jeter stays at second base.
Always the right decision to make. The outfielder coming in on a pop-up like that. That way, just in case Jeter does decide if he's going to tag and try to go to third, it's a much easier throw for an outfielder as compared to an infielder going back on the baseball. Good off-speed pitch to get Granderson out in front, though, by Dan Haren.
Mark Teixeira steps to the plate now. He went 0 for 4 last night as well. The Yankees managing just 3 hits on the night. Jared Weaver was spectacular, as was Bartolo Colon, to his credit, as that pitch is down low. Weaver ended up going 8 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks, and Bartolo matched him. 7 innings, 5 strikeouts, 1 run on 6 hits. Both guys getting the dreaded no decision. As Teixeira yanks one down the right field line, but foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
When talking to Jared Weaver why he was successful last night, because not only was his changeup, we talked about it being very good, but he pitched inside very effectively against the left-handed batters of the Yankees. On either the 2-seam fastball or cutting that 4-seam fastball inside.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Teixeira takes down low. 2 balls and a strike. Dan coming off a win the last time out against Seattle. 3 runs, 10 hits, though, his 6 innings. This one foul back. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Take a look at the men in black tonight. Tony Randazzo calling the balls and strikes. Larry Vanover at first base. Brian Gorman, the crew chief, at second. And Dan Bellino is standing at third. He was the home plate umpire last night.
Tony did a very good job. He had 2 pitchers that were attacking the strike zone, and he called a number of those strikes.
2-2, chopper to the right side. Trumbo going far to his right, feeds Herron. And Teixeira is retired for out number 2. Jeter advances to third.
That look that Dan Herron gave Mark Trumbo was priceless too. He said, "Hey, that was a good fastball you threw at me going over to the base."
Pretty good life.
Yeah, as a pitcher, you try to get to the base first, and then go out in the stretch position. Trumbo threw some pretty good gas.
Kind of interesting here. You see Mike Butcher out to the mound quickly here.
Open base. Robinson Cano very effective. You have a youngster, although granted, Montero's been throwing the ball, hitting the ball very well as a rookie. A right-handed versus right-handers compared to this batter right here, Robinson Cano, with those great numbers. Basically, you're going to tell him, don't let him hit a pitch in the strike zone. Make him swing at your pitch out of the zone.
Robinson Cano did have a hit last night, a base hit, with 1 for 4. Hitting .302 on the season, 24 home runs, 105 runs batted in. A-Rod was in the cleanup spot last night. And playing third base is Cano. This one foul down the right field line. It snowballs in a strike.
And that's a loud strike. That's what you want to do as a pitcher. You throw a cut fastball inside. Very difficult, even as good as a hitter as Cano is, to keep that ball fair. He's going to pull that foul every single time.
Rolls over this one. It's no balls and 2 strikes. The Yankees will be without Alex Rodriguez and Nick Swisher for tonight as well as tomorrow. Rodriguez dealing with a little thumb injury. Swisher dealing with an elbow problem, which apparently has been diagnosed as tendinitis. And Francisco Cervelli was scratched for the 2nd consecutive game. So no Cervelli behind the plate. Russell Martin getting the start behind the dish. 0-2. Down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cervelli got bowled over by Nick Markakis at Camden Yards on Thursday. He's been suffering some headaches, some dizziness, so he'll have to take some baseline tests. Suffering from some concussion symptoms. Jeter stands at third with 2 outs here in the first. 1-2 out towards center field. Playable for Peter Borges. And the leadoff double is stranded at third base. No runs ahead, 1 left on. It'll be Asturis, Borges, and Kendrick to face CC Sabathia with no score heading to the bottom of the first. Mike Socha is starting 9. The Chrysler starting 9 for the Angels tonight. Meister Sturris leading things off at third base. Peter Borges in center. Howie Kendrick at second base. Torrey Hunter will serve as a DH tonight, while Mark Trumbo's at first. Vernon Wells in left. Mike Trout is in right field. Eric Ibar is the shortstop, and Jeff Mathis batting ninth and doing the catching. Taking on the 31-year-old from Vallejo, California by the name of CC Sabathia.
CC has a good fastball, 90 to 95. He will sink the fastball, also will cut the fastball. Very good swing and miss slider, good depth on that pitch, and a solid changeup.
Meister Sturris steps in. The first pitch is down and in. It's 1 ball, no strikes to the hero of the last 2 games. Sturris delivering the double on Wednesday, defeating the Seattle Mariners, and last night the sacrifice fly in the 9th. 1-0 pitch. Fastball missing, up and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Sabathia looking to get to 20 wins on the year for the second time in his career. Had 21 wins last year. He falls behind here at 3-0. Sabathia comes in with that 19-7 record and a sub-3 ERA of 2.97. .30 pitch. It's in there. It's 3-1.
Sabathia is one of those few left-handed pitchers who is not afraid to pitch inside the right-handed batters consistently. With a fastball like that and his ability to be able to cut the fastball makes it a very effective pitch.
3-1 offering. Sturris bounces it foul up the third base side. So it's a full count. Sabathia faced the Angels just once this year. That was back on June the 4th here at the Big A. Picked up the win. Gave up 2 runs, 1 earned on 8 hits and 8 2/3 in that ball game. There's a 3-2. Sturris bounces one right back up the middle. Cano behind the bag has it. And Sturris is retired for the first out. Defensively for the Yankees, it's Gardner at left, Granderson at center, Nunez in right. In the infield, Chavez, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira from third to first, with Martin behind the dish.
So Robinson Cano making that play there right over the base. Very good on the backhand. Strong throw from that position. And very solid at second base. 9 errors. Great fielding percentage of .987. Like I said, very good to the backhand. Strong to the glove side also.
Peter Borges will step to the plate now. Promptly looks at a fastball for a strike. Borges had a 1-for-3 night last night. It was a bunt single. He was also hit by a pitch. Scored a run. A .276 average for Peter. Takes the breaking pitch outside. That bunt single that Borges had last night. His 15th of the year. Second in Major League Baseball. Chavez playing in at third base. Going the off-speed route, and it's 1-2.
And you think that would be an issue that the Angels would try to exploit at times. Chavez very good at one point with Oakland at third base, a Gold Glove winner, but injuries have taken its toll on him. Force him to come in and field the baseball as much as possible tonight.
Chopper back over the mound. Cano comes charging in with a bare hand. Can't get it. That's what speed will do to you. It forces you kind of to do things you don't normally do. It's an infield base hit for Peter. But because Cano is playing in, had an opportunity if he comes up with that baseball with the bare hand.
Yeah, but a lot of times, you mentioned that, Victor, with a guy with not the speed of Peter Borges, will he be more apt to use his glove and try the quick transfer to make the throw the first. But here's forced to use the bare hand, hit him right on the heel of the hand, and unable to make that play as Peter Borges gets another infield hit.
33rd infield hit for Peter Borges this season. And on with 1 out, here's Howie Kendrick. Howie snapped an 0-for-18 last night with a base hit. Ended up going 1-for-4. The average now at .290, still the career high 15 home runs, 52 runs batted in.
CC not real easy to steal against. 10 stolen base against and 15 attempts. Quick to the plate. 1 pickoff so far this year.
Off-speed pitch. Cut on and missed, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2. Up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Texas losing earlier this afternoon to the Oakland A's 8-7. Although Texas made it interesting. It was at one point 8-3 Oakland. They battled back to get within a run. Grant Balfour and Andrew Bailey getting the job done for the A's late. That's how he takes that pitch down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So win tonight, the Angels would find themselves a game and a half back of Texas in the American League West.
And Howie with some real good numbers against Sabathia also. 533, 8 for 15.
2-2. Fouls this one off to the right.
Again, able to see that baseball out of the hand of CC Sabathia has been very effective as far as seeing the baseball and driving it to right center field. That's the swing for Howie against Sabathia. It's been successful.
Throw to first, and Borges easily back. Sixteenth career start for Sabathia against the Angels. A career record of 6-7 and a 4.39 ERA against the Halos. Another 2-2. Howie strikes out swinging on the high fastball. 2 outs.
And that's the one pitch for the Angel hitters that have to try to lay off of is a high fastball by Sabathia, because he does generally stay down with his fastball, but when he elevates, it looks like he can hit that baseball well, but it's by at 93, 94.
So Torrey Hunter, the DH, steps in. First pitch is high. Torrey wore the collar last night, going 0 for 4. 260 on the year, 19 home runs, 74 runs batted in. It's the 16th game he has served as Mike Scioscia's designated hitter. As a DH, Torrey this year a 231 batting average. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees got a leadoff double by Derek Jeter. Could not cash him in. He was stranded at third base. The Angels with an infield base hit by Borges, with 1 out as this one's bounced foul. Borges hits back to first base. Torrey now with a 1 ball, 2 strikes out. Another game that's ongoing right now down in St. Petersburg. Implications as far as the East and the American League wild card. The Tampa Bay Rays currently leading the Boston Red Sox 4-3. That game at the bottom of the 6th inning.
And a little closer possibly for the Rays.
Here's the 1-2. Torrey lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I believe it was Jeremy Hellickson getting his start for Tampa Bay. Boston 2.5 back of the Yankees. They lead the wild card at the start of the day by 5.5 games over the Rays, 6 over the Angels. So a win, and the Rays are 4.5 back in the wild card. 2-2, lays off, and that is a full count. Borges will be off with the pitch with 2 outs here.
Obviously a ball in the gap can score Peter Borges here. Hunter with 3 career home runs against Sabathia. Sabathia looking for strikeout number 2,000 in his career here, too, also against Torrey Hunter.
3-2, and he lost him. 2-out walk by Sabathia. Puts 2 on for Mark Trumbo. That's similar to the pitch, although a little bit further outside that you were talking about with Howie Kendrick. Got to lay off that pitch. He changes the eye level pretty much He's one of the best guys in the Major League Baseball to be able to do that.
Extremely well, too. And as a hitter, that baseball looks so good to hit. But when it's up in that zone, it's very difficult for a hitter to get their hands through. Now, this is one guy here in Mark Trumbo that likes the fastball up and is very effective as far as squaring that baseball up.
Trumbo swings through that one, took something off, and it snowballs a strike. .23 total pitches already.
That's one thing with pitch counts I think you can throw out the window when it comes to Sabathia. He's a guy, he's a workhorse.
Way inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mark hitting .254 on the year with 26 home runs and 80 runs batted in. 28 doubles and 1 triple. All that after going 0 for 4 in last night's game. Borges at second, Hunter at first. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Trumbo chops this one to short. Jeter lays back on it, plays the big hop. Trumbo legs it out for an infield base hit. The bases are loaded for Vernon Wells.
And that's the one thing about Trumbo. He gets down the line very good. And once Jeter played back on that chopper, there was no way he was going to throw him out. Again, Trumbo's got a lot of power, but he also runs pretty good for a big man. Going down the line, gets an infield base hit. And these are the times when you face a guy like Sabathia, a #1, a Cy Young candidate every year, you have to take advantage of that in the first inning before he gets into the flow of the game.
Vernon went 1 for 4 yesterday. That was part of that hit and run in the 9th inning. .218 average, 20 home runs and 54 runs batted in. Takes a fastball high, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. The Angels have 2 grand slams on the season. Vernon has one of them. That was back at Camden Yards against the Orioles. .1-0. Down low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Boy, Vernon in a great hitter's count right now. Bases loaded. Sabathia trying to get a feel for the mound. Vernon has 2 career home runs against CC Sabathia, though he has struggled. Now we wonder if he's going to go with the fastball or will he go something off speed to see if Vernon will be overly aggressive. That's the point now for a hitter, especially Vernon, to be patient, because you're going to get a couple more pitches. If he makes a mistake, that's when you jump on him. If he makes a perfect pitch, you let it go.
2-0. A strike on the outside corner with the fastball. 2-1.
Good idea to let that one go. You're looking middle in to try to drive it.
Borges standing at third, Hunter at second, Trumbo at first. 2 outs here. And a 2 ball, 1 strike count on Vernon Wells. Sabathia getting ready to throw his 29th pitch of the first inning. 2-1. Foul at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big career numbers for Vernon Wells against the Yankees. So many years playing in the American League East. Outfield very shallow all the way around. Gardner, Granderson, Nugent from left to right. They're pretty much straight up against Vernon. Here comes a 2-2. Vernon chops one over to third. Chavez has it. The inning will come to an end. No runs, 2 hits. And the Angels leave 3 on. 1 complete. We have no score. The 1970s uniforms worn by the Angels this season are now up for sale, auction style online. Visit angels.com/auctions to bid on the authentic hats, helmets, as well as the uniforms. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Angels Foundation. Halos unable to cash in on a golden opportunity with the bases loaded in the first inning. Here the second, Dan Herron to face Montero, Chavez, and Martin. The first pitch is inside. Jesus Montero, the DH, had a 1-for-3 game last night, including his third major league home run. Playing in his 7th big league game. 3 home runs and 6 runs batted in. He loops this one out towards shallow left, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. A golf-style swing there. And the leadoff man is on board for the second straight inning.
Yeah, Montero does a pretty good job of off-speed pitches and at least keeping his bat long enough through the strike zone to be able to make some pretty good contact. Hit a nice changeup away yesterday off Weaver, hit it hard to right field for an out. Pretty effective on off-speed pitches too, along with the fastball.
He stands at first. Eric Chavez, the third baseman, steps into the plate. Chavez has done a nice job for the Yankees this year. Bench player, role players, played some third, played some first. A .274 average with a home run and 21 runs batted in. 46th game for him. Pulls this one over to Trumbo. He'll feed high ball for one. Big relay back to Herron in time, a double play.
Textbook. Trumbo, a good feed. Eric Ibar, who has time to position himself to wait for Dan Herron to be able to cover the base, gets to the bag, and then stretches to complete the 3-6-1 double play. Perfect feed, good relay. Good job by Dan Herron as far as being in that position, but Eric Ibar with a good turn, able to get out of the way of the slide. Perfect throw to Dan Herron.
So 2 outs and nobody on for Russell Martin. Swinging first pitch, lines one toward left center field. Borges giving chase. He'll track it down easily, and that will end the inning. Just like that, the Angels get CC Sabathia back out on the mound as we head to the bottom of the second, scoreless. Mike Trout, Eric Ibar, and Jeff Mathis to face Karsten Charles Sabathia.
Well, but that was huge with Dan Herron to throw a 5-pitch inning to get Sabathia right back out to the hill. A lot of times when you get a pitcher like Sabathia that struggles, gets through the inning, you get the momentum to the offensive side, but Dan Herron shut him right down.
Mike Trout looks at a breaking pitch for a strike. Mike did not play last night. Last got the start on Wednesday against Seattle. Went 0 for 3 in that game. .230, 5 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Chasing the off-speed pitch. It's quickly, no balls and 2 strikes.
And you wonder if he's going to go upstairs with the fastball now or continue in that pattern of breaking pitches down in the dirt against Mike Trout.
Martin set up inside. The fastball is up. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Sabathia picked up a strikeout, a walk, giving up a couple of hits, both infield hits in that first inning. The 1-2. Trout shoots one down the right field line, but fouls. It slices into the seats. Not a bad adjustment either on the off-speed pitch on a 1-2 count.
And hit that ball well to right field, and the club has played extremely well when Mike Trout has been in the starting lineup. 19-4. This brings that extra presence, speed, and power.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ibar on deck. Mathis to follow him, then back to the top of the order if we get that far. Halos looking for their 80th victory on the season. 43-30 here at the Big A. As Trout shoots one out toward right field. Nunez comes in. Kind of an interesting route. Makes the catch. Nunez has played a lot of shortstop and third, getting the start out in right field. As the Angels take on the Yankees tomorrow, finishing up this 3-game set at 12:35 p.m. in remembrance of 9/11. Fans in attendance will receive many American flags. Be part of this special day and purchase your tickets at the Angels Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com. Ibar takes down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Eric yesterday serves as the leadoff man. Ended up going 2 for 4. A couple of singles for him. The average of 269, 7 home runs, 53 runs batted in. And Ibar, even though he picked up a couple of hits last night in that leadoff spot, has hit much better when he has not been in that leadoff role.
You're trying to work the count a little bit more so in the leadoff role than he would be at the bottom part, and he's missed some good fastballs to drive.
One grounded over to second base. Cano was playing in already. Easily throws out Ibar. 2 outs.
He was coming in anticipation of the push bunt. Got to cut that off in that position. You notice that about the Yankee infielders, they're playing a little bit further in than normal because of the speed that a number of the batters for the Angels have. You see how far in he's playing. There's no one on base with the anticipation maybe a push bunt that way.
I think that's more of an extreme positioning for Cano because of the push bunt, but I agree with you. I think more teams should play, especially their middle infielders, in a couple of steps with guys at the plate that have very good speed. I mean, I know it cuts off your angles going to your left or to your right, but on those choppers that are right to you, that aren't hit that hard, it gives you a better opportunity to try to get the speed guys.
Exactly, and speed guys, their element is surprise, push bunt, drag bunts, choppers, taking away that potential infield hit.
No balls and 2 strikes on Mathis. Jeff went 0 for 3 last night. The average at 176 for the season. This one out toward the alley in left center field. That's going to get down and go for extra bases. Mathis on his way to second as Granderson cuts it off, and Jeff has picked up his 12th double of the year.
It's good to see Jeff get something on the offensive side. Pitch where he was able to get his arms extended and drove at the left center field. You mentioned his 12th double. Just talking to him earlier today about his defensive skills, in particular last night. See that fastball outer half? CeCe wanted to sink that fastball, but it stayed straight on that plane, and Mathis hit it in the gap for a double. But we talked about his defense earlier with me today, and the way he worked with Jarrett Weaver as far as using that changeup, pitching inside, and of course that pitch out that was effective with Walden last night to be able to throw that throw to second base and get that guy trying to steal a base. So important in the ninth inning.
Meiser taking the breaking pitch for his strike. 0 for 1. He grounded out to Cano to start the bottom of the first inning. Chasing the off speed and fouled back. Got Russell. And it's an 0-2 count.
Got a rain on his hand. Thumb area.
Yeah, there had gauze, may have gotten on the fingernail. See that bare hand exposed. And
boy, the hand was, most times catchers have their hand behind their back. Even with the hip. It comes up, looked like off the shin guard and got him right on the thumb area. Right around the nail. Looked like it might have pulled the nail off the thumb. You can see that right there.
Yeah, they got Montero obviously DHing. They've got the shot on the bench, so Belly unavailable.
Well, again, that's going to be exposed as far as trying to throw the baseball. Obviously comes into play when you swing the bat, but when you're trying to throw a baseball and then your thumb is numb, it'll be difficult to come through with your throw.
Got a tough season for George.
He's had a great career as a Yankee, though.
See how tight they put that Band-Aid on there. Press it as much as possible.
That way the baseball won't slip out when he makes a throw back, just in case there's a throw to second base on a back pick. Doesn't really look comfortable throwing the baseball, though.
No. Tough guy, though.
Yes, no question. He's battled back. A really good job for the Yankees this season. He's thrown the ball well in that catcher's position, called a good game, but also mixed in 17 home runs and 61 RBI for him. He's done a nice job offensively and defensively.
Martin's ready to go. No balls, 2 strikes on his Sturz. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Mathis standing at second base with a 2-out double. Oh-2. Sturz shoots one out toward right center field. Granderson broke in, now breaking back, still going back, not going to get it, all the way to the wall. Mathis will score an RBI double for Meister and Sturz, and the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Well, off the bat, that looked like it was going to be a routine play, but Granderson and Gardner playing extremely shallow in left and center field. That ball just had some carry effect and got over his head. Looked like initially, first step, he looked like he was reading that ball pretty well. Might have been a cut fastball or a slider more than likely. Granderson keeps drifting back, and that one hops the wall.
Sturz with his 35th run batted in.
33rd double also for him.
Keeps extending that career high in the doubles category. Borges swings first pitch and pulls it foul. It's no balls and a strike. Kind of an innocent bottom of the second the way it started off. Sabathia retiring the first 2 guys, Trout and Ibar. Got ahead of Mathis before he got the double. Got ahead of his Sturz before he got the double. Chopper toward the bag at second base. Cano lays back on it. Throws on to first, and Borges is thrown out to end the inning. But the Angels do get a run on back-to-back doubles. Mathis and Sturz getting the job done. 2 complete, 1-0 Angels. Courtesy of those guys right there. Mathis picking up his 12th double. Asturias his 33rd. And here in the third inning, Eduardo Nunez will lead things off against Dan Haren. First pitch is a strike. Nunez, Gardner, and Jeter to face Dan Haren. Allowed 2 hits, a double to Jeter leading off the first, a single to Montero leading off the second. 1 ball, 1 strike on Eduardo Nunez. Which will start at right field today. Andrew Jones got the start out there with Swisher dealing with the sore elbow. This one's popped up on the third base side. Mathis giving chase on the warning track, makes the basket catch as he runs into the screen. There's out number 1.
Well, we talked about the fact is, before the game, is defense so important for Jeff Mathis. Yes, he likes to provide some spark on the offensive side, but he hasn't taken that offensive struggles to behind the plate as far as defensively. Makes a great play here. Good pitch by Haren, jams him, and running back and reaches up before he runs into the screen, makes the play.
So 1 out, nobody on for Brett Gardner. And we do have to say hello to our booth guest tonight, Angela Hennessy, 8 years of age. Salute to Kids Day. Angela, we salute you. Thanks for being here. I think I just scared the living daylights out of her, which is pretty much status quo for me.
No, never, Victor.
Brett Gardner, a 263 average, 7 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Wore the Carter last night, going 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs. He's happy if he doesn't see Jared Weaver for a long time. The one thing that Jared had going for him last night was really that straight changeup, which was unbelievable, and established it early.
Yeah, he talked about the fact that during times this season it kind of wavered for him, but last night it was effective every single time he threw that off-speed pitch. And that's why you've seen Dan Haren going to throw some off-speed pitches, especially to Gardner. Going to see it to Granderson, Cano, to Shera. A lot of the lefties be able to throw the split finger for him, the circle changeup for Jared Weaver.
Gardner pulls this one over to second base. Howie Kendrick has it. 2 outs.
Number 2, shortstop, Derek Jeter.
Back to the top of the order now, and Derek Jeter, who's 1 for 1 with a double. There's Angel. Look, Angel, see there where you are on TV. So wave to the camera out in the rocks. Do you want to blow kisses? There you go.
There you go.
We just
we're saluting you again.
Salute you again. Jeter takes a shot. Derek picked up his 22nd double in the first inning, but was stranded at third. Extending his inning streak to 9 games. One ball, 1 strike.
Jeter's very effective to pitch down and in, to go inside out, but he does have a tough time catching up to the fastball, a belt to let her high inside.
Going fastball away. It's 2 balls and a strike. This is the 10th start of Dan Haren's career against the Yankees. 4-1 mark at 3.97 ERA. Just missed off the plate. 3-1.
Haren's been very good at home too. 8-3 with an ERA of 2.68 this season at the Big A.
Granderson on deck. 3-1 pitch. This one, ground ball to second base. Howie Kendrick has it. Dan Haren has the proverbial shutdown inning. First time he's retired the side. It orders me at the bottom of the third. Angels still up 1-0. Kendrick. Torrey Hunter, Mark Trumbo to face CC Sabathia. And apparently Joe Girardi has come out and I think he's going to take Russell Martin out of the game.
Yeah, he keeps holding that thumb. I mean, that's one of those things where you foul it off of that area of your thumb, it never really you get a good feeling on the baseball, or eventually when you come up to swing the bat.
I think Girardi saw enough of Martin throwing the baseball back to Sabathia during CC's warm-up pitches. Figured, you know what? I better get a catcher who's 100% back there as opposed to someone who just hurt his thumb. This is the last warm-up toss, and here's the throw down to second base. Took his time, and he sailed it.
Well, you could tell right there how long it took him to throw the baseball. He was trying to gather his thoughts and find a way to get a release point where there's not going to be discomfort. And clearly Joe Girardi saw that and said, no, we got to make the change.
We're waiting for Jorge Posada, we assume, to don the catcher's gear and come on out. We get a chance to throw the baseball around a little bit. You figured he would have been stretching down below. See him trying to get a feel for the baseball before throwing it down. And as we saw after they put the Band-Aid on, it almost looked like he was throwing palm balls back to Sabathia. There's Jorge. So Posada's going to throw down to Robinson Cano. So Martin is out for the game now. And CC asking Posada if he needs to throw down to second base. Sabathia gets a couple extra warm-up tosses here.
Well, this is going to be interesting for Posada. First game of the season, he had 0 games behind the plate, from what I understand, even in spring training. Basically, he was going to be the DH this year, an occasional time at first base. So this becomes a strategy for Mike Scioscia. Once you get a base runner, you got to force the issue. Posada not many times behind the plate in a long, long time.
And now we get the opportunity to throw down to second. So we're ready to go here in the bottom of the third. Defensive change with Russell Martin out of the game after getting a foul tip off that right thumbnail. Howie Kendrick 0 for 1, a strikeout victim of the first. The only punch out for Sabathia. First pitch is inside. Fastball high. 2 balls and no strikes. Posada had 83 games behind the dish last year. But like riding a bicycle, man, you don't forget, especially a guy that's been around that long.
Plus his mindset had to be there was a possibility he'd be behind the plate today. Cervelli's still dealing with those issues, the collision at the plate. He's a pro, one of the best guys you're going to meet in the game. So you had to be ready both physically and mentally to be in this ball game, potentially just in case something happened to Russell Martin.
2-1 pitch. Now he hits one back off the mound behind the bag, and Cano has no play. Boy, nice job by Cano just to get to that baseball. It's an infield base hit for Howie Kendrick.
Barney Stinson, he's legendary, he's awesome, and he's your new wingman for about an hour. So suit up and watch How I Met Your Mother every weeknight at 7, only on My 13. You're a lock now, aren't you, Victor? I'm going to call you Barney too.
No, you are. There is no question.
Oh,
You are.
no.
You are Barney.
It's good to be Barney.
Yeah. Torrey is swinging a miss. The hit and run is on. The third down for Posada is in time. Howard did not get a very good jump. Torrey chasing a pitch up around his neck on the hit and run. The Angels forcing the issue, but Posada able to get the job done.
High throw, but a very good tag by Cano, coming down and applying the tag before Howie was able to get his foot on the base. That'll help with the confidence for Jorge Posada behind the plate, but still a high throw, but a quick throw.
A 1 pitch. Torrey fouls one off to the right. No balls and 2 strikes.
But a bottom line, a better pitch by CC Sabathia. That's a veteran. By design, when you hear hit and run, you throw the cut fastball and it becomes a very difficult pitch for a hitter to put in play.
Oh, 2. Torrey strikes out swinging. 2 outs.
That's strikeout number 2,000 in his career for CC Sabathia. Comes inside with that breaking pitch. Torrey swings over top of it. Talk about a workhorse. You're talking about CC Sabathia.
Joins Tim Wakefield and Javier Vasquez. It's active pitchers, only active pitchers with 2,000 strikeouts. Javi Vasquez has 2,507 strikeouts.
That is amazing.
Trumbo takes a pitch outside on the fastball. Wakefield 2,141, and now Sabathia 2,000.
It really quite worked out for Vasquez with the Yankees twice. I always thought he had outstanding stuff, and when you talk about those strikeouts, it's clear that he does have that.
He's the 3rd youngest left-handed pitcher to reach 2,000 strikeouts behind Sam McDowell and Sandy Koufax.
It's pretty good company.
And the youngest to get to 2,000 punch-outs is Pedro. Did it back in 2002. He's behind in the count here. 2 balls and no strikes to Mark Trumbo. An infield base hit his first time up. 2 balls and 1 strike. The shot is set up inside. Sabathia missing outside.
Tell you what, though, that's the one pitch that Sabathia will be successful against most hitters in the Angel lineup. But I think during the course of this game, if he goes upstairs in a fastball against Trumbo, he's going to crush one.
(3-1). Trumbo fouls one back. A full count.
And again, that was that fastball up, and his eyes were wide open to be able to drive that ball. Very good as far as hitting that ball at the right center field also. (3-2) count. The thing about Sabathia, he has that ability to throw all 3 of his pitches for strikes. Going to go change up here.
Ground ball toward the middle. Nobody's going to get this one. A base hit into center field. So the approach so far today seems to be take everything up the middle against Sabathia. That's what the Angels have done. That's the 6th hit of the night.
That's a pretty good pitch, too. If you're Sabathia, you think you executed that perfectly. Good changeup away, but Trumbo, we talk so often of his fight in the batter's box. Put that ball right back up the middle. Great plate coverage.
Keeps the inning alive for Vernon Wells. With 2 outs and a man on. Vernon pulls this one down the line. Chavez has it. It's a fair ball. Off balance throw. Teixeira digs it out. And the inning comes to an end. No runs, 2 hits. The Angels leave a man on. 3 complete. It's 1-0 Angels. Hey kids, on September 24th, the Angels will be hosting the Oakland A's. That's a 6:05 start. Kids in attendance will receive an Angels gumball machine, courtesy of Union Bank. Visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or angels.com to purchase your tickets today.
Thanks for the gumball.
You got it. You got to put a penny in that thing every time?
I hope not.
Curtis Granderson leading things off against Dan Herron. Takes a strike. Granderson to Sharon Cano. Granderson over 1, hit a fly ball to shallow right field. His first time up. Curveball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Stir is playing in the cut of the grass at third base. This one fouled off the left. It's 1-2. Herron's coming off his first 1-2-3 inning in the third. And a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Granderson. And there's the first strikeout of the night for Dan Herron.
Again, another good off-speed pitch, split finger fastball. Stayed on top of that one. Down and away on that pitch. Weaver very effective with the changeup against Granderson. That split finger fastball too by Herron very effective.
Off speed, a strike on Teixeira. Grounded out to Mark Trumbo in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Teixeira 250 average on the year. 223 from the left side. He fouls this one off the left. It's 0-2. 303 from the right side. 23 bombs from this side of the plate. The Angels overshift 3 infielders on the right side against Teixeira. The 0-2. Missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Howie out in shallow right field. Two and 2 now. Another good crowd again tonight. 41,000 plus last night. The Angels getting a run in the second. Back-to-back 2-out doubles. Swing and a miss. Down goes to Teixeira. Back-to-back punch-outs for Dan Herron. 2 outs.
Another split finger fastball by Dan Herron after a couple fastballs just off the outside corner. One at 91, the next at 92. Then this 86-mile-an-hour split finger fastball. That had some great movement at the end. Well, you see how far out in front Teixeira is thinking the fastball. The key was those 2 pitches before, same plane, same area. Then all of a sudden, 6-mile-an-hour differential in that split finger fastball as compared to the 2-seam fastball.
Cano takes a fastball for a strike. The thing that makes it difficult for hitters when Herron has that splitter going is the fact that it's a non-tumbling split finger pitch. It looks fastball and all of a sudden just dives at the last minute. This one grounded towards second. Howie, after going to his right's got it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Dan Herron. We hit to the bottom of the fourth. The Angels up 1-0.
Angels baseball is brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Switch to digital TV with HD for as low as $33.33 a month. Call 1-855-TWC-HD-TV.
1-0 Angels, bottom of the fourth inning. Mike Trout to lead things off here against CC Sabathia. Trout, Ibar, and Mathis. Scheduled three guys that Sabathia faced in the second. That's when he gave up those back-to-back doubles to Mathis and Astures. Mike fakes the bunt. It's no balls and a strike. Trout 0 for 1. Hit that fly ball to right field. His first AP. Chavez playing in at third, as is Teixeira at first.
And Cano was playing up a little bit at second. He's back now also with one strike on Trout.
One ball, one strike.
And one thing about the Yankees and their advanced scouts, they look at everything and try to give their defense that little bit of an edge. And I haven't seen any club do this against the Angels yet, which had the second baseman playing that far up.
Pulled over to third. Chavez has it. Sidearm flip to first. And Trout is the first down here in the fourth.
Number 2, shortstop,
Eric Ibar will step up now.
When you look at Joe Girardi, he's a guy that during the course of the game will go back and look at his printout sheet and look at numbers throughout the entire game to try to give his defense, granted because these guys have some mileage on them now in their infield, the best opportunity to be in the good position to make a play.
Ibar trying to show bunt. Pulls it back, takes a strike on the breaking pitch. 0-1 to count. Ibar grounded out to Cano in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. But a perfect slap bunt single last night is one of his two hits. Push it right by Alex Rodriguez at third. This one pulled foul. And Sabathia again ahead of the count at no balls, two strikes. A very long first inning, but has settled down since then. 66 pitches for him.
It's a 6-0-2 count for Sabathia. You mentioned that first inning, a lot of pitches, 30 in the first, but since that point, more aggressive, getting ahead of the count, and utilizing his breaking pitch too.
Ibar chases the off-speed pitch. Down he goes for out number 2. Third strikeout for Sabathia. So Jeff Mathis will stroll to the plate now.
It's that real good swing and miss slider that Sabathia has. It's a good job of keeping his front shoulder in there well. You can see hiding the baseball as a hitter to the last second. Then you try to read the seams of the baseball, but it's down and in at that point.
Jeff 1 for 1 with that double. Out to the alley left center field. Looks at a fastball just off the plate. 12th double of the season for Jeff. Scored the only run in this game so far. Two balls and no strikes. That one off the end of the bat. 2-0 fastball.
Cheating on the inner half of the plate. It looked like Mathis wasn't in the fastball away. Just off the end of the bat.
So it's 2 balls and a strike. Sabathia with 3 strikeouts and 1 walk, 6 hits allowed.
Coming in with the fastball.
3 balls and 1 strike. Meiser Sturris on deck. 1 for 2 night for Sturris already. 3-1. Another fastball that he missed off the end of the bat. And it's like Jeff is just geared up for one zone.
I'd be surprised if Sabathia throws anything but a fastball away here. And he's going to try to sink the fastball away.
3-2 pitch. Mathis got a piece of it, fouls it back. The hit for Mathis in that second inning, his second hit of the homestand. 2 for 10. The series between the Twins, Mariners, and now the Yankees. He takes down low, and it's a 2-out walk. Second walk issued by Sabathia keeps getting alive for Sturris.
Above all, works up that pitch count too for Sabathia. Looked like he was going to cruise through this bottom of the 4th, but now all of a sudden with a base runner, Meiser double his last at bat. Up here with an opportunity to be able to advance Mathis.
A strike on the outside corner. Posada has that ball clank in and out of his glove. No balls and 1 strike. Granderson not playing as shallow in center field during this plate appearance with his Sturris up. He went around, says Larry Vanover. And it's an 0-2 count. Throw to first. Mathis back easily. Another 0-2 count for Sabathia. That game down in St. Petersburg now in the 9th inning. Rays leading the Red Sox 5-4.
Boston trying to come back. Rays led that game 5-3.
Meiser swinging a miss on the off-speed pitch. Sabathia picks up 2 strikeouts here in the 4th. 4 complete. The Angels still on top 1-0. Last half inning, or I should say the top of the fourth inning. This is that split finger grip that he got Marcheshire on via the strikeout.
Yeah, you can see that grip right there, the split finger fastball. We talked about how effective that is. Most times you think of a split finger fastball, it tumbles, goes straight down, but his works more like almost a bad two-seam fastball, tumbling action at the very end, but not straight down at the normal split finger, almost like the circle chains that Weaver's able to throw and be effective with.
He gets ahead of Jesus Montero with a breaking pitch for strike one. Montero with a base hit leading off the second. 1-for-1 as he looks at a fastball for a strike. Montero, all of 7 big league games, already complaining like a longtime Yankee.
I was going to say the same thing. He already fits in well.
You kidding me?
Oh, the good old days. If an umpire saw a young hitter like this complain that anything thrown out of the pitcher's hands is a strike.
Rolls this one foul. And it's no balls at 2 strikes.
I once complained. I thought the strike zone was kind of small. And Mike Riley, who's still umping, told Jim Sundberg to run. I goes, if you think it's small before, when do you see the rest of the game? Think of a bread basket trying to throw inside of that. I said, okay, my bad, my mistake. You have a great strike zone.
0-2 has popped up, middle part of the infield. Who's taking charge? Ibar makes the call and the catch, 1 out. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Angels.
It didn't help it was in the Metrodome, too. I think went right down the middle. It was a ball. He looked at me. He took his mask off. I said, oh, there was no question. It was too far in the middle of the plate. That was a ball.
Is he the Notre Dame fan?
Yes. Yeah, you remember that story.
There's Eric Chavez. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it back.
They have Notre Dame do it today against Michigan, just in case.
Did Mike Riley have any Angels games the rest of the way out? I was wondering why he kept buying fruit baskets every time Riley rolled into town.
Yes, just to make sure I know he's one of the best umpires in the game.
It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Eric Chavez.
Great strike zone.
Double play in the second inning. Oh my. Bat goes flying, and may have gotten a guy in the jeans right there, leaned, kind of bent over, may have gotten him right in the leg or hand. I think it got his spouse or girlfriend next door to him.
Don't need the bat, Matt. Are you crazy?
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Chavez. 2 outs, 3rd strikeout for Herod.
Chavez, a former teammate of Dan Herod with Oakland. Look at that fastball, comes right back with another split finger fastball to get another swing and miss against a tough lefty batter.
Jorge Posada at the plate. Came on as a defensive replacement in the 3rd inning for Russell Martin. Martin got a foul tip off the right thumbnail. Stayed in the game for another half inning, but then was taken out. One ball, 1 strike. Posada hitting .239. Playing his 105th game of the year. 14 doubles, 13 home runs, 40 runs batted in. One and 2.
Oh, this a great job for Dan Herron. Split finger fastball away, slider down and in. Starting off west part of the plate, going to east part of the plate, but both pitches down.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Posada. Another 1-2-3 inning for Dan Herron. And Herron now has retired the last 11 straight. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, the Angels still on top. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We're giving you that Red Sox score. Jacoby Ellsbury and Jared Saltalamacchia back-to-back home runs to tie things up at 5. That game still in the top of the 9th inning.
And they got a couple guys on the Red Sox.
Halos have Borges, Kendrick, and Hunter facing CC Sabathia here in the 5th. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Borges with a base hit in the 1st inning. The infield variety, a chopper over the mound.
You see the corner infielders and Robinson Cano halfway at second base. Very unusual.
Count is even now, 1-1.
Well, generally, you're going to see here, you see Cano right in this spot. Generally, he's going to be back here towards the grass. But he's playing in to take away that potential push bunt that way. And that's one thing that Peter Borges was working on a lot on the last road trip. Push bunt towards second base. And not only the push bunt, but a chopper, too. You can take away the angle, shorter throw, and be able to take away one of those extra hops to have a better opportunity to get him at first base.
What they've also done as well is brought in their right fielder, in this case Eduardo Nunez, to take away anything that would bloop in there because of Cano playing in a couple of steps. Two balls, two strikes. A full count.
He tracked that all-speed pitch very well. Been effective against left-handed pitching. .333 with 5 home runs and 19 RBI for Peter Borges. And it's the ability to be able to see a little bit longer at a left-handed pitcher as compared to a right-handed pitcher who can hide the ball much better against Borges hitting from the right side.
Payoff pitch. Borges bounces it foul.
Fifth full count for CC Sabathia. Next pitch he'll throw here will be pitch number 84 in the 5th inning here.
The Angels getting their one and only run in the 2nd inning. Meister Sturris with an RBI double. Another 3-2 to Borges. Takes a called strike 3 on a fastball. 1 out. Strikeout number 5 for Sabathia.
Just a well-located fastball here. Sada setting up outside, a thigh high on the corner.
And for the most part, Sabathia has lived on the outside part of the plate tonight. He has on occasion showed fastball in, but
mostly breaking pitches in.
Howie almost gets plunked by that fastball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Kendrick 1 for 2, had a base hit in the 3rd inning. Ground ball to second base. Robinson Cano is there. He'll retire. Howie Kendrick, 2 outs. Third time in the game in which Sebastian retired the first 2 guys to start an inning. Yet to record a 1-2-3 frame. As Torrey Hunter steps to the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk and a punch out.
Seven ground ball outs for Sabathia in this game. You think in terms of he's more of a guy that will throw the fastball up, but it's just the opposite. He's a guy that lives around knee level, both inside and out, elevates when need be.
One ball, no strikes on Torrey. His walk coming in the 1st inning, the strikeout in the 3rd. The 1-0 outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Besides that Rays game that's still ongoing, just underway up in Seattle. Kansas City off to an early lead over the Mariners. Everything else, the final of the American League. 3 balls and no strikes. The Detroit Tigers may have just sewn up the American League Central once and for all today. Brandon Inge with a walk-off home run as they defeated the Minnesota Twins 3-2. Cleveland was defeated by the White Sox 7-3. A 10-game lead now for the Tigers. Torrey draws the 4-pitch walk. Sabathia still without the 1-2-3 inning.
The Tigers are on a roll right now. Great pitching and, of course, the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Third walk of the game for Sabathia to go with the 5 strikeouts and 6 hits allowed. Mark Trumbo has 2 hits, both singles. He's 2 for 2. Oakland, of course, if you just joined us, defeated Texas 8-7 earlier today in Texas. Trumbo looks at that pitch down low.
There's a strike. And that's the pitch right there that Trumbo has been waiting for the entire night. A couple base hits and pitches down. That's his power spot. See by his reaction that he let that one get by him.
1-1 pitch. One around with the breaking ball.
And the residual, most times when a hitter lets the pitch they want to drive go, they become overly aggressive, then swinging a pitch out of the strike zone like he did on that curveball.
Sabathia ahead of the count at 1-2 with Torrey standing at first base. 2 outs here in the 5th. Torrey leaning a little bit there. Sabathia checks in on him. The Yankees with 2 hits, the Angels with 6. The Halos, though, have stranded 6 men against Sabathia already. He tried to backdoor the breaking pitch, didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that was a pretty good spot, maybe just slightly below the knees. And for a big pitcher like CC Sabathia, does a very good job as far as getting over the front leg and be able to stay down in the lower part of the strike zone.
2-2. Trumbo lines one to left field. There's a base hit. Gardner comes charging in, fields it. He stops Torrey at second base. 3-hit game for Mark Trumbo. The Angels have runners at first and second with 2 outs here in Vernon Wells.
The ability to be able to cover the plate like Mark Trumbo. A number of pretty good pitches by Sabathia against him today, but still, this ball's down a bit out over the plate, but still able to hit that ball in the left field. A breaking pitch, tried to go the back door. Trumbo, another base hit. 3-hit game for Mark Trumbo against one of the best pitchers in the game in CC Sabathia.
Vernon breaks his bat and rolls one to short. Jeter has it. They force out Trumbo. And Vernon Wells tonight has stranded 6 base runners. Through 5, the Angels still up 1-0. For more information on our entire vehicle lineup, log on to Chrysler.com or stop by your local Chrysler dealer today. Chrysler, imported from Detroit. Halo still up 1-0 here as we start the 6th inning. Eduardo Nunez to lead things off against Dan Herron, followed by Brett Gardner, then the top of the order, Derek Jeter. First pitch is a strike. Nunez popped out behind the plate of the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. Terrific play by Jeff Mathis on the warning track. Check swing. Did he go? He did.
It's never a good idea to leave the bat out there for a while so the first base ump can really get a good view.
You ever see those guys that take the check swing and then just drop the bat?
Yeah.
That's always beautiful. 0-2. It's down to the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, it was always pretty good. Greg Luzinski was like that a lot. That check swing and just drop the bat. Especially in the National League at those times. Anytime he even moved the bat, it was a strike.
Ground ball down the line, foul. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled back. Nunez is kind of like the Mark DeRozan of the New York Yankees. He plays some short, plays some third, plays some outfield for him. Decent speed.
Pretty good swing at that fastball. See if he can hit this nasty slider off the plate. If he'll go with that pitch now.
1-2. That's a bounce foul. That's played by Dino Ebel on the railing.
You should have played the third base coach's box. No problem for him.
A lot easier with the railing in front of him.
A little protection for him.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Harrell with 4 strikeouts, no walks, a couple of hits allowed. The 2-2. Ground ball towards short. Ibar to his left, has it, gets rid of it quickly. And they got him. 1 out. Fans, the Angels' wives and girlfriends have put together their annual Player Favorites baskets for an online auction to raise money for the Angels Foundation. The baskets contain autographed game-used items as well as items from the players' hobbies other than baseball. To bid on the baskets and for more information, log on to angels.com. Brett Gardner steps to the plate. Did you kick Purple Rain into second gear today?
Yes, I did. I'm still trying to figure out where you came up with that one at.
Gardner fouls that one back.
Purple Rain. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, if they were putting together a basket for you, then the gumball machines or the iPod with Prince's Purple Rain and your badminton racket.
No question. That's a very active sport.
Gardner slices one to Ibar. 2 outs. Perhaps a pair of those striped dolphin shorts that you made so famous. Here's Derek Jeter with 2 outs and nobody on. One ball, no strikes. Derek 1 for 2 with a double and a ground out. He went around. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, didn't miss by much.
Oh, that's a good spot on that fastball. 90. Dan Herron wanted that pitch. Well, Jeter likes this fastball inside. He'll always try to get out of the way of it. Most times to get the benefit of the call, and that seemed to be one of those times.
Foul off the right. So the count even out, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Herron, good life on the fastball tonight. 92, 91, 90. We talked about that even after the game yesterday, and of course in the pregame show, about his ability to establish his fastball. His split finger fastball is there, and is the cut fastball and slider, but the fastball sets up everything for him.
That's down and in, full count. Just the second 3-ball count that Herron has had tonight.
And he's been deadly as far as getting ahead of the count. 18 batters faced, 15 first pitch strikes for him.
Here's the payoff. Jeter bounces one to the left side as Sturis has it with the bare hand, throws to first, and Jeter's retired. Another 1-2-3 inning for Dan Herron. 15 consecutive batters retired.
Boy, Meister gets that good hop. He got himself in throwing position to be able to throw Jeter out of first base. Another great defensive play.
At the bottom of the 6th inning, I want to remind you tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of the attacks on 9/11. Please join the Angels and the Yankees at Angel Stadium to honor and to never forget those lost on that tragic day. Game time is 12:35, and be sure to arrive early for the special tribute. Purchase your tickets at the Angel Stadium office, ticket office I should say, or at angels.com. Mike Trout to lead things off here in the 6th inning. It's a fastball down in the dirt. We're told that special tribute tomorrow will begin, according to the folks here at the stadium, at 12:12 tomorrow. Mike Trout 0 for 2 with a fly to right and a ground ball to third. He's ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes.
Next pitch that Bethia will throw will be pitch number 100 in the game for him here.
Two-0. Upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. Sabathia has picked up 5 strikeouts. He has walked 3. And he has given up 7 hits. Three balls and 1 strike.
Well, this is when you want for Mike Trout to be patient. Good fastball, drive it. If it's a borderline pitch, take it because you're going to get a fastball again. at 3-2. You want to force the issue. Gets Sabathia pitching from the stretch.
3-1. This one lifted foul and out of play down the right field line. Full count now. That game in St. Petersburg now in the 10th inning. 5-5 still. Tampa Bay batting in the bottom of the 10th. 3-2 pitch. Trout lines one to left. Gardner's not going to get this one. One hops over the fence, or did it? Nope, it stayed in play. Trout still is going to get a double out of it.
A good indication how quick those hands are through his swing of Mike Trout. Boy, fastball in and tucked his hands in quickly and drove that ball on the line. That left field one hops that fence.
Looks like it just got the edge of that tall gate out there. Fifth double for Trout. Leadoff man is on board. Here's Eric Ibar. Yankees anticipating a bunt. Back pick to second base. No play whatsoever. 1 ball, no strikes on Eric. He's 0 for 2 with a ground ball to second and a strikeout.
Well, you might see a sacrifice bunt and then a potential suicide squeeze with Mathis coming up on deck. Well, if you are Ibar, you want Chavez to field this ball at third base.
Bunts it out in front of the plate. Everyone's kind of slow and developing, and Ibar's going to have an infield base hit. Trout does not stop running. He scores, and the Angels are up 2-0. What a play by Mike Trout.
Difference maker. Said it many a times already. How quick instincts he has. And of course the aggressive nature of Dino Ebel. I wonder if there's going to be interference called on the bunt on the throw down to first base.
The only thing I can think of is that perhaps that there was a foul ball or something, because everybody was very slow moving toward that baseball, including Posada. The question is, did it hit Ibar at all? Ibar
hit his knee.
Hit his right knee. For his effort, he took off and played it off as if it did not hit him. But Jorge was very slow in coming out there, almost in a nonchalant manner. The question is, if nobody saw it or called it immediately, now they are. They've talked about it. They're calling a foul ball, and Trout will head back to second base.
That was a long discussion to be able to say they saw that right away. Either you saw it right away or you didn't.
And that's kind of my point. That's what I was getting ready to say. If nobody saw it immediately, then how did all of a sudden it become an issue?
And then how did it take that long to be able to discuss that? That's the thing.
I'm not saying it's not a foul ball. It clearly hit the leg of Ibar, the knee of Ibar. It was an awful long conversation. The mere reaction of Posada, the way he came out and still carrying his mask, you could kind of tell he knew something was up. He was pointing to home plate. Jeter was pointing to home plate. So they got the call right. But Trout gets the read, takes off, saw that nobody was at home. So he goes back to second base. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count on Ibar.
Ibar still has a job to do.
Chavez playing it on the grass at third base. Now backs up a couple of steps just in case Trout has any ideas of taking off. Ibar gets hit by a pitch, so he'll take first base.
Certainly no intent by CC Sabathia on that one. I think it's more of a situation where Sabathia just doesn't have good command today. Well, that got him right in the shin area.
Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, out to pay a visit to the mound. A double by Trout, the hit by pitch of Ibar. Hector Noesi, the right-hander, begins to loosen for New York. Mathis up here in a clear sacrifice situation. Jeff had a double back in the second inning, has scored the only run in this game, drew a walk in the fourth.
CC Sabathia was walking back with Derek Jeter. I think they're going to try to put some type of pickoff move at second base. Just at the very least to try to keep Mike Trout closer to the base. With a force play now at third as compared to it wasn't a force play with Ibar squaring around.
Mathis already squared around first pitch. It's outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Double by Mathis, his 12th of the year. Came with 2 outs. The Sturs followed that up with a double of his own to put the Angels up 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Mathis drops a bunt on the third base side, but foul. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Great speed on the bases for the Angels with Trout at second and Ibar at first.
He's been successful 12 times as far as get down the bunt. Huge opportunity right now to get the bunt down to advance the base runners into scoring position, and both of them into scoring position.
Historis on deck. One. Takes outside. 2 balls and a strike. .109 pitches now thrown by Sabathia. 65 have been strikes. Mathis takes low. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Boy, and Sabathia's really fighting it right now as far as throwing a strike. Trying to aim the pitch. Might be his last batter. He's unsuccessful as far as getting Mathis to bunt, or if he walks him here, more likely going to be out of the game. Nine 3-ball counts for Sabathia.
3-1. Mathis drops it up the third base line. That is a fair ball. Chavez picked it up. And I think he did the Angels a favor there. It's a sacrifice. Otherwise, it would have forced Mathis to a 3-2 count.
And that's one of those things where you see coaches come into a first game of the series and will roll baseballs down the third base line to first base line. They've probably told Chavez that the ball will roll back, but that ball was bunted hard. I don't think that ball is going to stay fair. Right on the line. Well, we've seen many times when a ball is bunted slow down the line, it will roll back in, but that ball was bunted too hard to be able to stay fair. A break for the Angels.
Intentional walk coming here to Astures. So Borges will get an opportunity, perhaps against Noesi, the right-hander, is ready to go in the pen. Even though Sabathia got him looking in the 5th inning. This will be the 4th walk of the night for Sabathia. And the walk is now completed. So Girardi sticking with Sabathia. to face Peter Borges. One thing to keep in mind, too, with Posada behind the plate, already tonight, we've seen a couple of times with the fastball up and away to right-handed batters, where the ball has popped in and out of the glove of Posada and back to the backstop. First game behind the plate this year, coming on as defensive replacement for Russell Martin.
Remember, he was told not to bring his catcher's mitt to spring training. He hasn't done a whole lot of catching this season.
Infield in for the Yankees. Borges takes outside. That pitch misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Peter 1 for 3. An infield base hit in the first. He's grounded out, and he's also struck out looking. Trout standing at third. Ibar at second. Usturis at first. The Angels with a 1-0 lead. They've had plenty of base runners in this game, just have not been able to cash him in. 8 men stranded so far tonight. Second time tonight they've had him loaded. The first was in the first. 1-0 pitch. Borges groundsman to the left side. Chavez has it. The throw comes home. They get the force out. 2 outs. So Peter extending his strike zone and pulling a pitch on the outside part of the plate to the former Gold Glover. And the bases still are loaded, but now 2 outs.
And again, you got a veteran, quality pitcher on the hill, a young hitter at the plate. First pitch, changeup. Next pitch, same thing on the outer half. And Peter Borges a little too aggressive. When you talk about a big point of the game, this is it right here. You have a guy right now who is 9 for 18 in his career against CC Sabathia and Howie Kendrick. An opportunity to expand the lead, add on runs, so important against this Yankee lineup.
Howie looks at a fastball for a strike. Kendrick 1 for 3, a strikeout, a single, and a ground ball to second base. Halos tonight 2 for 6 with men in scoring position. One of those hits, however, an infield hit that moved the runner 90 feet. 0-1, way outside.
And that was that pitch that almost got away from Posada, away. They go reaching back. He was looking for a slider down and in. And reach back.
This will be the 120th pitch of the night for Sabathia, the 1-1. Howie chops one to the left side. Slow roller. Chavez comes in, fields it, throws off balance. Teixeira keeps the foot on the bag, and the Angels waste another golden opportunity against CC Sabathia. Through 6, it's still Angels 1, Yankees nothing. CC Sabathia, 120 pitches, more than likely done. He departs trailing 1-0. The Angels have left 11 guys on base tonight. Dan Herron back out of the mound. He'll face 2, 3, and 4. Granderson, Teixeira, and Cano. First pitch, a breaking ball is a strike. Curtis Granderson 0 for 2. Fly ball to right and a strikeout. Herron has picked up 4 punch outs, no walks, 2 hits allowed. Granderson pulls a foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Rafael Soriano now is up and loosening. Looks like he'll be coming on to the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 swing and a miss. Down goes Granderson. There's out number 1.
A great split finger fastball once again against Granderson. Said it last night, say it again tonight. Off speed pitches. Right there, you can see that split finger fastball grip and the way the ball runs away from a left-handed batter.
Strikeout number 5 for Herron. Here's Teixeira. First pitch swinging, fouls it back.
Good cut fastball in the hands of Teixeira. Dan Herron's faced 21 batters, 17 of them he's thrown first pitch strike, which is so important against this Yankee lineup, very patient lineup.
2 balls and 1 strike. Teixeira fouls that one off his ankle. Count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 77 pitches thrown by Herron. 53 have been strikes as Teixeira adjusts the shin guard.
Well, that was placed perfectly. Still got him right on that shin guard, but still generate that bat speed, hit the baseball that firmly right on your leg.
2-2 rolls this one foul again towards Cano. Cano is on deck.
Took the bottom part of the shin guard off after that foul ball was right in that spot.
Full count now. Herron not wasting any time, and here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Teixeira. Back-to-back punch outs for Dan Herron. 2 outs.
Another really good off-speed pitch. It fooled Teixeira. Wow, almost like that backed up on either a slider or a cut fastball. Definitely wasn't a splitter, but his wrist dropped enough where it had almost screwball type action on that slider.
So Cano steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. Fastball strike on the outside corner. Cano tonight 0 for 2. A fly ball to center field, a ground ball to second. This one's pulled foul ahead of the count at 0-2 now.
Boy, fastball away at 90, cut fastball in at 86 on the hands. Now you make the hitter aware of where the next pitch is going to be.
Well, the Rays picked up the win in 11 innings, 6-5, so they pick up a game in the wild card race against Boston. 0-2 pitch. Cano rolls this one over to the right side. Kendrick has it. 17 consecutive batters retired by Dan Herron since a second inning single by Jesus Montero. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. It's 1-0 Angels. Bottom of the 7th inning, it's 1-0 Angels. A lot of folks here in this ballpark feeling the exact same way. The job that he has done tonight on the heels of what Jared Weaver did last night. Aaron has been in cruise control, 6 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits allowed. Here at the bottom of the 7th, the Angels will send up Hunter, Trumbo, and Wells against Hector Noesi.
Noesi's a guy that has a good fastball himself. 50 innings pitched, 40 punch-outs. Another one of those good quality arms out of the bullpen for Joe Girardi. Keeps the ball generally in the ballpark. Only 4 home runs allowed in 50 innings. He has given up 51 hits, so he lives down in the strike zone. He is susceptible to the ground ball through the hole, though.
Noesi originally signed back in 2004 by the Yankees, non-drafted free agent. And his major league debut on May the 18th against the Orioles. First pitch to Torrey. It's a fastball that is in for a strike. Torrey tonight 0 for 1, a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning. He's drawn 2 walks. A cut fastball missing outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. CC Sabathia tonight, by the way, went 6 innings. Gave up a run on 8 hits. Struck out 5, walked 4. One of those walks, an intentional walk to steer us in the 6th inning.
Well, the good ones figure out a way to fight their way through, even though they don't have great stuff that night. Just make a quality pitch when need be. And when you look back at what Sabathia did against Peter Borges, bases loaded, changeup off the plate, ball 1. Threw another changeup and got Peter to roll over that ground ball to third base because he was out in front. That's a quality pitch from a great pitcher in Sabathia.
This one fouled back. Count remains at 1-2. Noesi, a starter coming up through the minor leagues. Working out of the pen here. Torrey gets hit by a pitch, and the Angels get their leadoff man on board. Second hit batter of the night. Sabathia hitting Ibar in the 6th inning.
It's never fun to get hit with a pitch, but when you're behind the count 1-2, you're not going to give in. You're going to stay there. And Torrey just took one for the team, got on another base runner in this game. Hopefully this inning, though, hits will come through with guys on base.
This is the 27th game that Noesi's pitched in. Second hit batter. Smart Trumbo comes up. He's 3 for 3, 3 singles. Torrey diving back in. Noesi in those 26 games prior to tonight, 50 total innings, 51 hits, 40 punch outs, 18 walks. Pretty good lead for Hunter at first base. First one to Trumbo is a strike.
With a pretty good move to first, but not real quick, as you can tell. Delivering the baseball, a little bit of a hook action with the arm motion will make it longer to deliver the baseball to the plate.
Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. Challenge him with a fastball. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander from the Dominican Republic, just 24 years of age.
Jim trying to look over to see if Torrey Hunter's trying to time it as far as a little bigger lead.
Trumbo fouls it off the right. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Yankees, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. The Angels with a run, 8 hits. No errors, 11 left on. Hunter hit by a pitch to start this bottom of the 7th. No action in either bullpen. Soriano was just playing catch in case the Yankees did something and get tear into the top of the 7th inning. Double fouls this one back off the screen. The count remains at 0-2.
Again, I still think it's going to come into play with Jorge Posada not catching this entire season, not catching in spring training. Mike Scioscia will force the issue. Posada's been a very good Yankee player, very good catcher throughout his career, but hasn't done a whole lot of that of late.
Caught 10 base runners last year. He's got 1 tonight. That was Howie Kendrick on a botched hit and run. Overthrew the breaking pitch, and it's 1-2. Posada last year throwing out just about 13% of would-be base stealers. Hence the fact he's not caught prior to tonight. Just forced in there because of the Cervelli concussion symptoms and the Martin foul tip off the thumb. Pitch. They'll throw over to first, a little bit wide.
Well, when you think about how many games he's caught, not only during the regular season, but how many postseason games. So he's got a lot of mileage on those knees and arm. He's had some surgeries on his throwing arm. I'll throw a slider here.
Posada sets up outside in the 1-2. Overthrew the slider. Trumbo thought about it, but he held up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pretty sharp break to that slider, but just too far off the plate to get Trumbo to chase.
Wesley very slow and deliberate, for sure.
I'm just going to say that. He's not exactly catching the baseball back from throw and get back to the mound and start to think about getting the batter out. Taking a while.
That one gets by Posada, and Torrey will advance. And a full count on Trumbo.
We thought at one point or another, because of the potential, especially a young pitcher overthrowing a slider, Posada not able to shift his body over and get the glove there in time to be able to prevent that ball from getting away from him.
Full count on Trumbo, man in scoring position. Trumbo fouled it back. Got a fastball at 94.
Did a good job of just fouling that pitch off. That was a nasty fastball, especially after 3 straight sliders off the plate. Trumbo, job to do here. At the very least, hit the ball to the right side of the infield to advance Torrey to third base. Preferably get him in with a base hit to right field.
Another 3-2. Slider misses outside a walk. First 2 have reached. A hit by pitch and now a walk, and that'll bring up Vernon Wells. He's had a tough night at the plate.
I know he goes down for a walk for Mark Trumbo, but that was a heck of an at-bat. Fell behind, laid off a couple nasty sliders, fouled off a tough fastball, then took that slider away to force the walk. He pitched walk to Trumbo worked, but that's just an impressive at-bat for a young hitter in Mark Trumbo.
He's at first. Torrey Hunter at second base. Here's Vernon Wells. Vernon 0 for 3 today. All 3 of his at-bats have ended an inning. Fastball is outside, off the glove of Posada. 1 ball, no strikes. NYA charged with a wild pitch, by the way, that advanced Hunter into scoring position. Swinging through the fastball there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pulling off that pitch. Vernon Wells is so good when he stays back and drives that ball to right center field. He has that ability. Again, simplify your approach. Don't try to do too much. Fastball away, hit the ball hard to right center field.
NYA's 1-1. Fastball right down the pipe, 1-2. Mike Trout on deck. Outfield straight around against Wells. Java's back at third.
No, ball or nothing. 1-1.
1-2. Just got a piece of it on a slider. Count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You're right, NYA has slowed down the pace of the game.
Yeah, NYA has kind of brought the game to a halt for some. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss. Wells is the first out here, the 7th. So Mike Trout will step to the plate. Runners at first and second. 1 out now. Trout 1 for 3, had a double in the 6th inning and stranded. Pardon me, he was forced down at the plate on a fielder's choice. He'll take a strike on the outside corner.
Going that slider, a curveball, 79 miles an hour.
Java is playing back at third base. Deal 1. Fastball, strike, 0-2.
And you wonder if he's going to try to overthrow a slider here. Head of the count, can expand the strike zone.
The 0-2. Slider looped out to right center field. That gets down for a base hit. Torres being waved around. The throw is going to be cut off, and the Angels lead is now 2-0. Mike Trout with his 15th RBI on an 0-2 count, just flipping it out to shallow right field.
In protect mode. Well, you don't see that too often for a player that young to have that mindset. I'm just going to try to make contact. Pretty good pitch, too. He hit the right field. Well, that's off the plate, shortened up the swing, and flared it into the outfield for an RBI. Giving him RBI number 15, and a huge RBI in that.
Second hit of the game. This time doing it off a right-hander. The Angels now have runners at first and third with Eric Ibar due up. Joe Girardi, a quick visit to the mound.
2 reasons. 1, where to make the throw if Trout tries to steal second base.
You got to force the issue, you would think.
You would think so right away. And then also there's always that possibility with Mike Scioscia, the suicide squeeze being put on with Ibar and his ability to be able to bunt. Well, I think you got to go right away. Force it. Trout can flat out fly.
Ibar's 0 for 2. Ground ball to second, a strikeout, a hit by pitch. Java is in on the grass at third. Quick throw over there, and Mike diving back in safely. And the outfield extremely shallow against Ibar. Breaking pitches to strike. Ibar a much better hitter from the left side, a .297 average compared to the .206 from the right side. His first 3 plate appearances coming against Sabathian. Fifth batter Noesi has faced here in the 7th inning. John with a pretty good lead at first. Another check at the bag.
He definitely has a quick move to first base with footwork. A lot of times when you see that throw over there, there's a reason for that. Just try to see if there's anything tipped. You might see a pitch out at some point here.
Obviously, the Yankees trying to figure out if the Angels are going to do something, whether it's Trout taking off at second or if Ibar is willing to show bunt early in a sacrifice, or not a sacrifice, but in a squeeze situation, or if Trumbo maybe tips something. Mike Trout with an RBI base hit, putting the Angels up 2-0 here in the 7th. Ibar lifts one out toward left center field. Hit well. Playable for Granderson. Trumbo is going to tag. He's going to come in to score. Trout trying to get into second base. Does so easily. It is 3-0 Angels. Ibar with his 54th run batted in.
A nice job by Eric Ibar. Got a pitch that he could hit in the air. Well done all the way around. Eric Ibar getting across. Trumbo being in position to tag and score, but Trout, how easily did he get to second base? This ball's hit to center field. Good read for the youngster. All around good job. Once that ball start drifting back, no way you're going to be able to throw him out at second base, and Trumbo's able to score the 3rd run of the ball game.
Here's Jeff Mathis with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Jeff with a double, a walk, and a sacrifice bunt. Takes a slider outside.
Again, you can't underestimate that at bat for Mark Trumbo. When he worked the walk, comes around and scores the 3rd run of the game.
8 pitch at bat for Trumbo against Noesi. The 1-0. Fastball, a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Posada sets up outside. The 1-1 hits well to deep left field. Gardner going back. Still going back. Gone! Big fly for Jeff Mathis. 5-0 Angels.
Well, I'll tell you what, how good does that feel for Jeff Mathis? I talked to him so long today about just what he can do to help the club win ball games. Yes, the offense hasn't been there prior to today. The defense has been fantastic. What a swing that was.
3rd home run of the season for Jeff Mathis, his 2nd extra base hit.
No doubter.
No doubter. A 4-run seventh inning for the Angels, and Noesi has fallen behind on his Sturris at 2 balls and no strikes. His Sturris 1 for 3, an RBI double in the second. Takes a fastball for a strike, 2-1 now. Sturris fouls it back off the glove of Posada. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. This inning started with a hit by pitch of Torrey Hunter. The walk worked by Trumbo. Wells struck out. The Trout with the RBI single. Ibar with a sac fly. Mathis with a 2-run blast. 2-2. Luke fouled and out of play. So the count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Even the champ enjoying what's going on here.
Greatest of all time.
Meiser pulls one over the head of Mark Teixeira down the line. Is Sturris rounding first, heading to second. Second double of the game for Meiser, and the inning continues here for the Angels.
34th double of the season for Meiser.
That's going to be it for Hector Noesi on 32 pitches thrown here. The 7th, Joe Girardi, is going to the bullpen. 4 runs in for the Halos on a couple of extra base hits. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. 2 outs here in the 7th. The Angels leading it 5-0. Play of the game.
Boy, Jeff Mathis gets a fastball inner half. No doubt about it on that swing. His 3rd home run of the season. 2-run shot, 2nd extra base hit, and has done an amazing job of following the game behind the plate, not only tonight, but last night against this New York Yankee lineup.
New pitcher off for the New York Yankees. It's George Contos making his major league debut. See his numbers down at AAA this year, 4-4 and a 2.62 ERA in 40 games. Originally a 5th round pick by the Yankees in 2006. Matter of fact, the Padres took them in the Rule 5 draft back in December, but returned during spring training. So obviously, when you get picked in the major league phase of the Rule 5 draft, it's because you've got especially from a pitcher standpoint, pretty good fuzz on the fastball. You can help someone immediately. The Padres, with that deep bullpen, knowing he wasn't going to be in the major leagues all season long, returned him back to the Yankees, and tonight makes his major league debut.
Well, he's got a good fastball. You mentioned 91 punch outs and 89 innings pitched, so he does have that ability to rush the fastball up there.
He'll face Peter Borges with 2 outs and Sturris standing at second. Sturris the property of Hector Noesi. Peter looks at a fastball high, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Borges tonight 1 for 4, had a base hit. The infield variety in the first inning. He's the 8th man to bat here in the 7th. Halos having scored 4 runs. 1-0. Swing and a pop-up out to shallow left. Jeter going out. And he'll make the catch. The inning comes to an end. The capper, that swing right there. Jeff Mathis' 3rd home run of the season. Through 7, the Angels lead at 5-0.
Boy, Dan Herron's been exceptional tonight. 7 innings, just 2 hits allowed, 6 punch-outs, big thing, no walks. CC Sabathia battled himself, only gave up 1 earned run in 6 innings. Didn't necessarily have his best stuff, but battled through. And Jeff Mathis, what a game. A double, that 2-run home run, a walk, and a sacrifice bunt.
As this Montero takes a strike on the inside corner. It'll be Montero, Chavez, and Posada here in the 8th inning for the Yankees. Jesus, the DH, 1 for 2 out of base into the 2nd. Popped out on the infield his last time up. Chases this one, bounces one toward the middle. Ibar to his left, has it, transfers, throws out Montero. There's out number 1.
That's a great play. Aggressive by Ibar. You wait for Howie to make that play. He doesn't make that play. Too hard of a throw for Howie up the middle. Cuts across, has the momentum going that way towards first. And then the strong throw to get Montero at first base. But what a great play by Eric Ibar.
There's Eric Chavez, the 3rd baseman. Looks at a fastball down and away. Chavez, a double play ball in the 2nd inning, a strikeout in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, tough pitch to lay off of. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and two now. Aaron, 6 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits allowed. Double to Derek Jeter, leading off the ball game. A single to Jesus Montero in the 2nd. This one grounded through the left side. It's a base hit. Snaps a string of 18 straight retired by Herron, going back to that hit by Montero in the 2nd.
Boy, he's throwing the ball so well. 10 ground ball outs to go along with the 10 punch outs. That split finger fastball has been outstanding. Reason why? He's established the fastball both in and away. And he's also had a good cut fastball. His slider's been electric during the course of this game, keeping those Yankee hitters off balance, as Jared Weaver did last night.
Here's Jorge Posada, the catcher. 0 for 1. Took over in the third inning for Russell Martin. Took a foul tip off the right thumbnail. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Raul Valdez playing catch down the pen.
Boy, Posada's rolled into 14 double plays. Dan Herron's been very good as far as getting ground balls.
A little bit high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. .93 pitches for Herron, 64 strikes. This one pulled into right field, a base hit. Chavez rounds second. He'll head to third as Chavez gets the baseball back in. So back-to-back hits allowed by Herron here. Runners at first and third with 1 out. And Eduardo Nunez coming up.
One thing about the Yankees, they don't give up during the course of the game. They have that ability to get right back in a ball game. Just 94 pitches thrown so far here with 1 out in the 8th for Dan Herron. Certainly with that pitch count, get through this inning, he'd be in line to be able to try to finish this one up, but still a lot of work to do here in the 8th inning.
There's Eduardo Nunez, very good speed, tough guy to double up. 0 for 2. He's popped out to Mathis and grounded to short. Chavez, not very good speed, stands at third. Posada the same at first. This one fouled back over the screen. No balls and a strike. Herron is a guy that lives over the century mark when it comes to pitches thrown. Season high for him, 125. That was early in the year. But it is 1 and only start against the Yankees for 120. That was just in 6 2/3. It's down low. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Scott Downs begins to loosen in the Angels' pen. Mike Butcher pays a visit now.
Well, Dan Herron's a guy that he has that ability to go around 115 to 125 pitches if Mike Butcher and Mike Sosa feel the stuff is still there. In 7 straight years now of over 215 plus innings pitched for Dan Herron.
A victory tonight, and the Angels will find themselves a game and a half back of the Texas Rangers in the West. And just for fun, pick up a game in the wild card standings as well, with Boston losing. 1-1. Line to short. Ibar drops it. Feeds Kendrick for 1. Relay to first in time. A double play. How about that? It handcuffed Eric Ibar. Popped out of his glove, and probably the only way you get Nunez on a double play ball. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 5-0 Angels. Look at that. That unconventional double play that still worked.
Boy, that ball was crushed, too. A line drive, but Ibar so smart as far as his baseball intellect. Knocks that down and is able to get a double play. There's no way you're going to get him on a double play. He runs that well down the line. But the defense, these first 2 games of the series, you're talking about sharpening up your game, knowing you're playing the Yankees, know you don't want to give up an extra out. They've been fantastic.
Three, 4, and 5 for the Angels here in the 8th inning. Kendrick, Hunter, and Trumbo. The breaking pitch catches the inside corner. George Contos came on to get the last out of the 7th inning. Stays in the game here. Howie Kendrick tonight 1 for 4 with a base hit. Fouled straight back. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. The Angels with 11 hits tonight. 8 of which came off of CC Sabathia. Gave up 1 run in his 6 innings tonight. Struck out 5, walked 4. The Angels leaving a lot of base runners on against Sabathia, but finally got to Noesi in the 7th inning, scoring 4 times. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tomorrow afternoon at 12:35 start. 10th anniversary of the attacks on September the 11th. Irvin Santana will go for the Angels. Freddie Garcia going for the Yankees. This would roll foul.
And Freddie Garcia doesn't necessarily have his best fastball anymore, but he's been very good in his career against the Angels. 15-3. What a game for Jeff Mathis right there. I'll tell you what, like I said, he's all about the defense and calling the game, throwing out would-be base stealers, but to add some offense.
Kendrick launches one to straightaway center field. Granderson going back, reaching out for the wall, makes the catch as he steps onto the warning track, and there's out number 1. I mentioned the wild card standings, half jokingly a little bit, but that's where it stands right now. Tampa Bay, with the win tonight over Boston, is all of a sudden into it big time, with plenty of games still left to go against the Red Sox. 4.5 back. The Angels at 5.5. A win would put them at 5 back.
Yeah, that was never even in discussion a week or so ago, but the Red Sox have been having a tough time.
1 ball, no strikes. They've had a blow on the starting side of things, with Josh Beckett dealing with the ankle issue. Dustin Pedroia has been struggling of late. Youkilis has been back, what, a week now off the disabled list.
And then he got hurt again. I think he was going in for another MRI again. So there's some issues there with the Red Sox.
The Yankees have some issues if you consider the elbow issue with Swisher. Cervelli dealing with the concussion thing. The Russell Martin thing is Torrey Hunter. Bolts this one out to straightaway center field. Granderson's not going to get this one. Gone! Big fly for Torrey Hunter, makes it 6-0 Angels.
Boy, Torrey, 20th home run of the season, 75th RBI. Well, hit that ball. That ball got out quickly towards that center field mark. Boy, fastball over the plate, no doubt. Back flip. That was a spinning breaking ball that didn't have any break to it at the end. Torrey hits it out. And that big inning started last inning when he was hit by the pitch. Started it all rolling.
Mark Trumbo chasing a high fastball. No balls and a strike. And with 1 swing of the bat, seems like there's a mass exodus toward the exit for fans not necessarily wearing red. Oh, 1 pitch. Trumbo chasing the slider. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Trumbo tonight 3 for 3. 3 singles and a walk and a run scored. Trumbo goes down swinging for out number 2. First major league strikeout for Contos. And Vernon Wells will come to the plate. Vernon tonight 0 for 4. 3 ground ball outs, 1 strikeout. Swings first pitch, punches one to the right side. Robinson Cano can't get him. And Vernon Wells is on board.
Should be a base hit and end up being a base hit.
He'll get credit with a base hit. Keeps getting alive for Mike Trout. Two for 4 game for Mike Trout. Double, a single, an RBI, no run scored. Takes a fastball for strike 1.
Huge hit for Trout, too, last inning. Behind in the count. Flared a pretty tough slider off the outside corner in the right center field for an RBI base hit.
A 1-ball, 1-strike count. Dan Herron in the 9th. He'll be facing Gardner, Jeter, and Granderson. The 1-2. Just missed off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And before Torrey hit the home run, we were mentioning the injuries that the Yankees are going through as well. Cervelli, Russell Martin, Alex Rodriguez dealing with a thumb now. He's going to miss tomorrow.
Nick Swisher.
Swisher with the elbow. Talking to Girardi before the game, he just said it's tendonitis. 2-2. He went around to the breaking pitch. Posada will have to throw on to first. The strikeout is completed. The Angels do get a run on Torrey Hunter's 20th home run of the season. 8 complete as we head to the 9th. Dan Herron looking for the complete game shutout with the Angels up 6-0. Lead. Dan Herron, 8 innings, 4 hits, 6 punch outs, no walks.
That's the importance. We talk about that so often when you face the Yankees. No walks, no free passes, extra base runners. And, of course, solid defense once again so far in this game for the Angels.
Brett Gardner tonight 0 for 2. A ground ball to second base. A line out to short. Oh, 1 pitch. Strike 2. Gardner with a glance back to Tony Randazzo.
Boy, fastball there. Cut fastball. 27 batters faced 21 first pitch strikes.
Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeter on deck. Granderson after that.
Here now ahead of the count. Opportunity to give him the signs for Mathis to see if he's going to be able to finish him off with a cut fastball.
He thought he had the two-seam fastball on the inside part of the plate. Didn't get the call. Two-two. Ground ball foul just wide of the bag at first. (102 pitches thrown by Hearn, 70 for strikes. Missed down low, a full count.
Those times we just gear up with the fastball, think outside corner, get a fly ball out.
Payoff pitch. Gardner pulls it foul. Wells and Borges in left and center, very shallow against Gardner. Another 3-2. Ground ball to second. Howie Kendrick has it. 1 out.
Boy, the ground ball out so effective for Dan Herron tonight. 14 ground ball outs.
Here's Derek Jeter, 1 for 3. A double lead off the ballgame, was eventually stranded at third base. Senators hitting streak to 9 games with that double. Swinging first pitch, fouls one off to the right. The win tonight, the Angels will have notched their 80th victory of the season. They put them 15 games over 500, a game and a half back at Texas. 1 back in the loss column.
The important number.
Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the 1-1. Chopper foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We talk about a perfectly located pitch. Even your 108th pitch of the ball game, a 90-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball that runs down and in on Derek Jeter. When you think about some of the games that Dan Herron has pitched here, especially against some of the bigger names in baseball, from Verlander to Sabathia, Dan Herron has risen to the occasion.
The 1-2. Jammed it. 1 hopper to Howie Kendrick. 2 outs.
Number 14, center fielder Curtis Granderson.
42,774 here tonight. As Granderson steps to the plate. Dan Herron looking for the complete game shutout. Granderson fouls off the first pitch. It's no balls and a strike. The Yankee center fielder 0 for 3, a fly to right and a couple of strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, called strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounces downward off the mask of Mathis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aaron looking for his 15th complete game and his 5th shutout. Getting ready to throw his 113th pitch of the night. The 1-2. Got him swinging. Down goes Granderson. Light that baby up as the Angels have shut out the Yankees 6-0.
What a job by Dan Herron. 15th win of the season. 3rd shutout this year, 4th complete game. And you talk about a dominant performance, followed up with Jared Weaver did last night, the two friends. Great split finger fastball. His fastball in general was outstanding. Ground ball after ground ball. No walks, too, in that shutout, 4-hit shutout for Dan Herron.
13 hits on the night for the Angels as Herron picks up the win, now 15-8. Sabathia takes the loss. He is now 19-8. And the Angels, a game and a half back in the American League West. Stick around. We'll talk more about Dan Herron's performance with Jeff Mathis as Angels Live is coming up next.